Okay, here comes the most exciting stage, figure assembly. This video is about humanoid figures. I'll show you how to assemble other types of figures in their respective videos. Before we begin, a small note. If you came here through a link from a different figure pack than you see here, well, don't worry. Assembly of all humanoid figures are the same. So, whatever you learn in this video applies to your pack as well. If there's a part not covered in this video, I'll point to its own tutorial in the packs file. I packaged the figures as both presets, which includes all the parts for one figure, and as particular part sheets, so you can pick and choose the specific parts for your figure. Preset, as you can see here, is good to start assembling quickly, and part sheets, as you can see in this row below, are good for customization. Let's start with one of the preset figures. We have a female and male variants for each figure. I will show assembling all the parts of the male figure. Then I will show assembling just the torso of the female figure because that's the only different part from the male figure assembly wise. Let's go. As a rule, when I work, I start with the parts which have multiple spots to glue. After I glue one spot on such a part, I need to put that part aside to let the spot I just glued dry. So that spot won't detach when I'm working further on the part. In the meantime, I work on another part. This way I don't waste any time waiting. So with that in mind, since torso has multiple spots to glue, such as the sides and those shoulders, I'm going to start with the torso. Let's begin. Now, when cutting these inside corners, go from the inside to outside, so you won't cut into the part itself. Yeah. Now let's cut the female torso. Main difference of the female torso is the breast region. Take notice of these small white lines. We're going to cut them as well. We will encounter these white lines on different parts too, so as a general rule, keep an eye out for them when cutting a part out. Now we're going to score the edges of the parts. Scoring is painting the edges of these parts. Uh, it's a personal taste, but I like them painted black better. So if you like them white, leave them as is. Now, if you want to score those edges, here's how to do it. You'll need a felt tip marker, preferably with a chisel tip like this, so you can paint them easier. Color pencils, crayons, or even watercolor might work too, but they require more effort to get the task done. So the key when scoring is approaching the paper from the backside. Any bleeding of the ink or paint will stay on the backside and won't show on the figure itself. Also, when using markers, don't keep the tip in one place. Keep moving it along the edge so it won't deposit too much ink in one space. Last thing about the markers, test them if you can with a piece of the paper stock you're using, because some markers ink bleeds into paper no matter what you do. I tried some alcohol-based ink markers and that was the case. Water-based markers are probably better for the task. So, let's score these edges. Here we go. Okay. We have a pretty clean front side and a mess of a back side, but it shows, so we're good. Done. Now the female torso. We'll do one more thing. Okay, let's, yeah. 2, this, okay. Unlike the male torso, we need to glue the breast region of the female torso before gluing the sides. All right, this side is done. Now the other side. Okay. Just be careful not to detach the other side when you're working on this side. Let it dry. Now, this one. Let's give it a nice curve to get it ready to work on. Okay. Here. Okay. Same goes for the back. Like this. Okay. Okay. Also these. Yeah, that's the shape. Let's curl the shoulder region of the front part as well. Okay. Now let's do one on the sides. Alright, this is the side flap. It's colored, but slightly lighter than the part itself. Because if we slide it slightly when gluing it, it doesn't stick out like as if it was white. What shows itself too much. That's why I make all my flaps colored. Okay. Now let's carefully put it in place like this. Okay. And press. For these 3D figures, tweezers are a must-have. You can get away without tweezers with working with 2D figures, but with 3D figures, I don't think that's really possible. Maybe you can do, but it would be much more difficult. Okay. Let it dry. Now the same goes for the female torso. One piece is ready. Let's get. Whoa, hey, wait a minute. I forgot to score the backside of the female torso. Okay. Done. Almost done here. And yep. Let's curve it. Okay, great. Yeah. Get rid of the excess glue. Okay, check. Okay. Hmm, nice. While we wait for torsos to dry, let's cut the legs out. Take care to cut these dents properly so the feet will not sink into the base when we're mounting the figures. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Especially on corners and such, the piece might not release immediately. So don't try to pick them off because it will leave paper fibers at the spot. Instead, try to cut it thoroughly like this. Okay, the back side. Okay. Hmm, nice. Let's score. Try to make it a habit. Whenever we cut apart, score it. It takes a while to get used to, but if you focus on it, eventually you get the habit. Okay. By the way, in any case, let's say you slid the pan off and smeared the piece a little like this. Since we varnished our paper beforehand, it will not stick if you act quickly. Yeah. Mhm. Done. I think torsos are ready for more work. Let's glue the other sides of them. Okay, now the male part. again. Okay, let's go back to the legs. As I mentioned earlier in base assembly video, if you will mount the figure on a simple base, then don't glue these flaps together. Crease and fold them so when you glue the legs together, they will not get attached to each other. I'll crease them like this with my stylus so they will fold better. Okay. And then fold them slightly. Right now you just fold them slightly, not completely, because depending on the base type, you might need to put them back together without gluing them together, because we're going to insert them through the base and then fold them out completely and glue them to the bottom of the base part. You can actually see what I mean in the base assembly video. This one as well. Now let's glue the leg parts together. Okay. Be careful not to glue the flaps. If you're going to use a solid base, just glue the flaps too. I'm trying to show you right now every variation. Okay. At first, simply put the piece in place. Don't immediately start pressing, otherwise you won't be able to get them into the precise position. Okay. Alright. And this is correct. This is just a flap for the waist. We're going to use it to attach it to the torso. Okay. Okay. Once you're happy with the positions, start pressing. Yeah. Okay. Great. Now we can fold them up completely if you like, or you can press them up like this. Okay. Now for 3D figures, I'm actually using the solid base. So I'm going to glue them as well. But I think you got the idea. When you shouldn't glue it. Now I know how to do that properly. Okay. Got a little bit overboard with the glue. Okay. Okay. We're done. Let's go back to torso one last time. This time I'm gonna glue these shoulder flaps. Okay. And the female torso. Okay. Really. All right. This one's good. Now the lower shoulder. All right. Chest into shape. You know. Okay. Like this. Yeah. Chest. Right. Torso. Okay. Let's start working on the head. Here's our print sheet. It has different head types. So pick whichever you like. I'm going to use this one for the priest character, which we're assembling right now. Head is another part which requires more work like torso. It has multiple spots to glue and a separate neck part. So let's go. By the way, we can assemble the head with different accessories as well, but first I'll show you how to assemble just the bare head. Let's cut the part out and then score. Okay. There are three different skin colors on our mixed heads print sheet. So cut the same color skins neck part out. In this case, this fair skin. Okay. Neck is the part which we will use to connect the head to torso. Let's score. I'm not going to score these skin edges because they're light colored. So staying white would be a problem for those edges. Okay. I won't score the neck at all. Now let's start folding the head. First, we're gonna curve it like this. And then glue these ends together. But let's crease these flaps first and fold them. It's going to be easier that way. Yep. Okay. Let's curve the top like this. Great. Now let's glue this flap. Okay, we made it a cylinder. We're gonna let it dry. I think I need to press a little bit more. Okay, good. While head dries, let's work on skirt. Now, skirt has those white lines too, so we're gonna cut them as well. Okay, let's do it. Actually, let's cut those white lines first. Okay. Good. This. Okay. Score. There's one more optional step with the skirt. You can paint the backside black as well, because once we fold it, it might show. So I prefer painting it as well. Okay. Let's curve it. Oh, but before curving, let's crease the flaps. You see this line right where the white lines end? That's our flap line. We'll use these flaps to glue the skirt to the waist. Let's curve. And fold slightly these flaps like this. Okay. See? Right. Now let's glue this to the waist. Let's curve the waist region of the leg part. Because once we glue the skirt to the waist, it will all go into the waist region of the torso. Okay, a bit more. All right. Let's glue flap of the waist. Now, I'm gonna position it symmetrical to leg part. We actually want the skirt a little bit lifted so it will give a better volume to its shape. Okay. Fix this out. Check this as well. Alright. Good. Now, to help with the skirt to stay lifted, we're gonna fill the inside of the skirt a little. So when dry, it will help it keep its shape, keep it lifted. Right? Now let's back. Yeah. Place. Okay. Okay. Let it dry as well. Okay, back to the head. Now we're going to glue the top part of it. So, here. Actually, instead of that, just over the top part. And close it like this. Might need to press the head from the sides a little bit to get it into shape. There you have a head. Okay. Let's glue the neck. Roll it like this. Yeah. Don't immediately glue these two ends. Roll the neck like this. And test it. Okay. Great. Yeah. Also, head looks like it's a little bit thick. First, fill the inside of the head with glue. Which will also make it sturdier. Then insert it in the position you like. Let's take some of the excess out. Let it dry. And now the arms. Okay. Great. We also have connector parts which we will use to connect the arms to torso. The reason we have separate connected parts instead of them being attached to the arms shoulder region is that we can position the arms the way we like this way. We can rotate the arm at this point and we can have a more customized pose for our figure. The rest of the sheet is accessories, so I will skip them for now. Now scoring, as always. Before gluing the arms together, we need to curve the hands because we're gonna make them hold things through the wrist. Open it up like this, then curve it a little, the hand a little, like this, kind of like a hook. Yeah, wrist first. Now for this outer side of the hand, we will fold by the knuckles like this, and then curve a little bit here. Before gluing the arms together, we need to determine its position. We'll hold a scepter in his right hand, kind of like this. Consider this side the connector will come into this hole. So connector is gonna be like this. We wanted the arm kind of like this, rising the scepter. So we're gonna attach the arm to the connector at this angle. Yeah. You might not need to compare the arm's position to torso all the time. Just consider connector's upright position is true for the torso's position. Goes according to this, and you're good. Okay. This side of the arm is looking towards us. So this one's back side. Yeah, this is the back side. So this goes here first. The angle. Turn around. Glue just the arm, not the connectors, not the hand. From wrist to shoulder. That's it. Put it in place at first. Position correctly. And then press. done. There's another to go. This arm will hold the book in front of himself. I'm gonna actually curve the arm right here. This, and also curve the wrist as well. So you see, like this. I'm trying to position one side of a part. Make sure you control both sides. Sometimes one side looks okay, but you turn the other side and see that it's not actually okay. Let's assemble the figure together. Here we go. We have all the parts ready. First, legs to torso. Let's roll it up like this. And right now I'm testing. It's gonna be something like that. Yeah. See? Okay. So now I'm gonna fill here with glue. Okay. Got too much. Ooh. Let's put the arms in place. Just roll this up like this. Okay. Just roll up, don't glue. We want it to open up a little bit when we insert it so it will hold in place better. Yeah, well, yeah, so we can glue it. Let's feel, ooh, yeah. Hold it tight. Then insert. Okay. Let's do the other arm. Roll it up as much as you can. Okay. This hole might cause a little bit problem, so we might need to correct its shape. To do that, I'm going to use this. Press gently down. Okay, this is better. Let's. Whenever a hole might not be in the right shape, you can correct it like just I showed you. Filling these holes like this also makes torso tougher. If you're happy with the positions of the arms, then you can fill these regions as well so they won't lose those positions. Let's clean the excess. Right. Okay. Now let's attach the head. Let's test the hole first. Alright. Hole looks. Huh. I think the connectors are getting in the way a little. So we might need to enlarge the hole just a little bit like this. Okay, that's yeah. Okay, we can also turn the head. I'm gonna bend the head a little bit forward because when I turn this hand and giving it the book, I want him to look at the book. Okay, great. Yeah. Hello, old man. All right. Let's fill this hole. Okay. Sweet. We actually looks a little bit interesting. Great. Now I'm gonna show you how to assemble a coifed head with a helmet. I'm gonna use a head from the print sheet, coif and helmet, and optionally the brim for the helmet, and also these wings from my veteran parts sheet. Let's cut the head. This time we will not cut the entire head out. This time we will just cut the face and the sides of the head because we will uh, glue it to the coif. When gluing the head to the coif, you just need to cut from the left bottom of the flap to the end of jaw. Do the same on the other side as well. And then from the bottom edge of one flap to the other. Okay. Now let's cut the helmet. Since I'm going to use brim, I'm not going to use this nose cover. So when cutting, I'm just gonna ignore it. Also, you don't cut through this line. You just keep cutting straight. Because right under we cut here, we're going to place the brim. So we need it straight. All right, let me show you two more white lines. See here? These white lines will be cut as well because we're going to fold these into the helmet, these parts into the helmet later. Be careful not to cut here because this is the thing that puts this part in place. When cutting the brim, first cut the inner circle and then the outer circle. It's much easier that way. If you would cut the outer circle first, it will be hard to handle the paper when trying to cut the inner circle. Scoring time. I won't score the inner circle, just the outer circle. Also, I won't score this end because the part has a light color, so scoring here would actually be more distracting. Okay. Okay. For scoring, we're gonna fold them outside. So we can score the top of this band. But when assembling, we're gonna fold them inside. Okay, great. Okay, now let's cut these wings. I'm using these wings just for the sergeant. You can also use these medals and this feather and this cupboard holder, etc., to give more detail to sergeant. Or you can give these accessories to all the soldiers in your unit to, I don't know, make them veterans or an elite unit. By the way, I'm going to show how to work with these later in the equipment video. When working with small pieces, you can also use tweezers to hold them. Now, I will also paint back sides of the brim and the wings. This way. Great. Now let's glue the face to the coif. But first, we forgot to score the jawline. Since we have a dark skin character, scoring the jawline would be better. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna glue the face with the jaw as close as possible to this inner edge of the coif, and then I'm gonna cut these excess regions of the coif. Apply glue to just the inner sides, not the bottom. Okay. Let's drop it in place. Okay. As you can see, we have this slight emptiness. It will be useful later because I'm gonna, after rolling this coif as a cylinder, I'm gonna pull this region inside so the jaw will come out. Now, I'm happy with the position of the face, so I can press. Okay. The excess. All right. Let's leave it dry a little and assemble the helmet. We have this side that opens a little bit, but we can fix that. Screw these in. Okay. Let's leave it to dry. Let's roll the coif. But before rolling, we'll just cut this excess out. Great. Now let's roll it. Let's give it a bend. We don't want them to detach. Okay. Mm. Mm. Let's see. Let's just glue the ends first. Okay. Mm. Nice. Okay. Let's fix this part. Tiny bit of glue here. Okay. Press firmly. And so clean up the excess. Great. Let's leave it to dry. We will build the helmet on top of the head. Let me show you. First thing to do will be to attach this part to the head, and then we will wrap it around the head. Right. Yeah, this position looks good. Let's press it a little bit. Then start wrapping it around the head. Make sure that you wrap the side with the flap first. Okay. Right. Mhm. Now the other side. Okay. Okay. Now we will glue these flaps one over the other to hold them first. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna fold these in, curve these in. Sorry. Great. And finally, let's glue this top band in place. Okay. Okay. Great. Let it dry. Okay, now let's attach the brim to the head. We will glue the ends together first. And we gotta get it through the. Alright, let's move it up. It's not gonna go like this. Ooh, it's weird. Alright, let's turn it back down. Yeah. Okay. This is more like it. Yes. Mhm. We got our medieval cowboy. Okay. Now we're gonna glue here, the bottom of the part. Okay. Okay. Let's fill the space. But try not to do much on the face itself. Alright. Let's just get rid of the excess on the face and leave the rest. Okay. It's time to give our cleric his equipment. So we have a book and a scepter. I assembled these beforehand, but I will tell you how to assemble these in the equipment video. So I'm going to attach the scepter on cleric's right hand. Okay, I want the cleric to hold the scepter with an angle, so I fold the fingers with an angle, as you can see. Let's glue the inside first. Put the scepter in place. Okay. Close it down. All right. Okay. Now the book. We will attach the book like this. So let's glue the inside. Put the book in place with the ribbon facing outside. Okay. We'll turn it around. Mhm. When it dries, I will bend the arm and the wrist a little so I can position the book cleric's vision directly. Let's attach the sergeant's head to the body. Now, radius of the head and radius of the torso's hole for the neck are different. Torso's hole is actually smaller. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hold piece by here and fold it inside like this. Hmm. This will also give the jaw of the character a more prominent look, as you can see here. Okay, let's test. All right, let's widen the hole just a little bit. Be gentle. Apply just enough force so we don't ruin the piece. Yeah. Here we go. Yes. Okay. See? Let's turn the head a little bit to the character's right so you will look towards where she points at. Like this. Great. Yeah. Okay. Now let's glue it. Fill the hole. Okay. And insert the head. Great. See? Because we already inserted the head before gluing, when gluing it was much easier to insert it. Okay. Let's give our sergeant her wings. I fold these flaps a little. Apply tiny bit of glue on the back side. Then glue it to the helmet. Mm-hmm. We will bend the wings a little forward to make them look better, but I'm gonna do that after they dry. Okay, let's do the other one. And attach the helmet. Okay, let it dry. Let's bend this arm to position the book. Not directly on the face. Maybe a little bit like this. Okay. Now let's bend the ribbon. Okay. Now let's fix the position. It won't start. Alright, where can we do it? So we can put some glue in here because this is not a visible portion of the figure. Yeah. Let's see, a little bit shiny it will look, but it's okay. It's not a prominently visible part of the figure. I think we can get away with it. Alright. I'm not sure about applying any glue here, but I think I will do a little bit. Just a little. Again, I'm counting on this part not being prominently visible. Okay, let's apply a little bit here again. Some here behind the ribbon. Let's check its position. Alright. Push like this. Gently. Like this. Alright. I think we're good. Let's bend the wings. Like, ooh. Try. I actually did, but making the wings visible from more angles this way. Yeah. And let's fix these positions as well. Okay, let's fill the inside with glue. We will not press this part into the figure, we will just drop it in place so Fill it with glue. We want it to stay a little lifted on the arm. Oh, it's gonna be hard. Am I supposed to put it in here? Like this? Boy. Ooh. Backside is bad. Wait a minute. Move a little bit backwards. Yep. Hmm. Let's wait a little for it to dry somewhat and then fill the space. But first, let's put this one in place as well. Okay. Great. Take a look. Okay. Now let's do the same for our sergeant. All right. Okay. We can feel these spots a little bit later too. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.